And what's going on, everyone? My name's Don. This is Completing the Circuit Podcast, episode 40, Chardonnay edition. We've decided to include our beverages instead of hiding them in our coffee cups and just embrace it. So we're going to have a nice, calm, relaxing podcast this time with audio. With audio that's actually... shut the hell up, Joey! Okay? And Joey's not going to get to me. I'm not going to be getting mad or my microphone is coming out of the thing. Okay, there we go. So we had some audio issues. We had some audio issues last week, and now we don't.
And now we have to listen to your voice.
As you know, I got my good friend Joe here.
Hi, guys.
And we have the wonderful Erin.
Hello.
And Manny and Kyle are dicks. No, they're just not here. Manny's got some stuff to do, and Kyle is gone like the wind kind of thing. I mean,
Manny left us for his girlfriend.
He did. His girlfriend's in town, but that's not a big deal. They will be back.
Because now I'm stuck with you.
Yeah, it's just you and I, man. That's how it's been. Oh, gee.
Well, excuse me.
Where am I in
You
this?
are right here. Hold on a second. I was getting
It's
to you.
just the two of you?
Just the two
Just
of
the
us.
two of us.
Oh,
We can make it if we try.
I
Just
was
the
Hashtag
two
nerd
of
leader.
I was
us.
going off that
You and
shitty LP.
Oh, no, I
Just
hit
the
Kyle.
two of us.
Don't hit the Kyle button. Was it a black screen?
It was the Apple TV.
That's
so,
funny.
To our new subscribers, thank you for subscribing.
Yeah,
and
we have
I'm
some new
sorry
people.
You have to
We have some new
listen
people
to
from the podcast
this.
that came in this
Do you
week.
mind not cutting me off while
We're
I'm
doing
saying
the
thank
the
you?
Nintendo giveaway, which has been
Fucking
very
unbelievable.
very good. See, this is my way of dealing with Joey. You see, Joey is
Fucking ridiculous.
is a problem.
It's a problem child.
He is a problem child. Thank you, Erin. He is. But we are going to have a very positive
Go fuck yourself.
podcast.
Hey, guys, is my screen up there?
No. Yes.
No, it just says
It just shows fishes.
it just shows fish.
And it also shows something else.
There's a hidden message on the Apple TV screensaver that
Why don't you go ahead and say it?
no.
Well, why? You're so proud of that
It
message.
may have actually snuck into now we can see your screen. It may have actually snuck into an episode.
Several.
Has it snuck into several?
Oh, that's great.
At least two.
That is
That's
wonderful.
why I said we should change.
We are so professional.
No, it's good. It's an Easter egg.
Yeah, Easter egg my ass.
Well, there might be an Easter egg
Can we
there
get
too.
on with the stories?
So we have some stories for you guys, some tech
Yeah.
news.
Aaron, you can talk now.
Aaron, do you want to start things off?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm gonna drink my Chardonnay.
No one
Okay.
cares.
So, as many of you may have heard recently, I don't know if you heard about it, boys. I think you probably would have.
Yes.
There was a ransomware attack
I did
on
hear
a
about this.
pipeline for the gas, and the entire southeast has been going crazy over gas. So, the gas line has been fixed and it is back up, though we're not entirely sure if Colonial Pipeline did or did not pay the $5 million ransomware. But it is up and running.
Thoughts, Joey?
Just pee in your car tank.
I
You
don't
know,
think
the gas tank.
I don't think that's combustible.
And you'll be fine.
Your pee might be because of that disease you have, but for everyone else,
Listen. You just promise me you never bring that up. And you just did that.
hold on. I had somebody just. I'm not even gonna read this comment. I'll have to share it later. It's on one of the videos. I'm not even gonna get into that. Sorry, that
'cause
just
we
was a
are in
little
the middle of the
distracting.
podcast.
No, I know. It's just what they said is very distracting. It's just, but I'll share it later. So we don't know if they paid the money, huh?
We do not know.
I hope they didn't, because
But-
if they did, that just gives the ransomware folks reason to do it.
Get your gas.
It does. It does.
Go get gas.
And I did decide to bring some pictures of the mayhem,
Yay, pictures.
the gas. So this is basically, I grew up in the South, just for anybody who doesn't know. And these pictures are about what it looks like when Southerners start to think that they're getting snow
It's everyday life for them.
or a storm, and they run to the grocery store to buy milk and bread. which I never understood the milk thing. If you're worried about the power going out,
Yeah,
why buy
no-
something that spoils?
Yeah.
But
Just get some cows.
this, we have those.
They do
This
have
is
this.
what.
That's why I'm saying.
But
don't
they,
go to the store.
they'll die in the snow.
No, they won't. It only snows like 2 inches at the
That's
most.
a lot. Well, then, you know what?
You just
Why is
continue-
everyone freaking out?
Just milk the shit out of those cows.
You're going to milk cows? You're going to milk... So you're telling me...
Then you don't have
Look,
to buy milk.
Look. Wait, where'd that
You know,
picture go?
well,
You just get in
but
there.
what will the cows eat?
You get that grass, and you give them to those.
What the
cows.
hell? That's illegal. I don't even think you can do that. You need to pour it into an
kind of-
authorized container.
Listen here, lady.
It's what a bunch of people were doing. A bunch of people
I hope
were
you have
taking
lids.
their containers and then filling them up with gas because they were scared. Like, look at this. Look at this lady.
Yeah, I don't think they're allowed to do that. Yeah, no, that they're allowed to do. You can pour them into those. So basically, after the ransomware attack occurred, people just went crazy and got gas. Oh no, this is for
No,
this
not
is for
only.
snow.
No, this is the ransomware
gas.
attack.
Oh wow.
So not only were they just getting gas, but they were helping the problem that they were scared of. So it's kind of like they were effectively almost scalping gas, but they weren't. They were just hoarding it.
We should look on
Like-
eBay and see if someone's selling gas, just like they were selling toilet paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
Really? Was it funny?
I mean, yeah, that whole toilet paper thing was ridiculous.
Yeah, and that was funny, huh? To you?
No, what you said was funny.
I didn't say nothing funny.
Maybe to
Next.
you, it didn't sound funny.
I'm sorry. We're done with you.
So I did hear a joke that's pretty funny about gas.
Oh boy.
You guys are gonna hate me for it, but I'm gonna tell it to you anyway.
Oh boy.
So there was this guy driving down the road, right? And his car ran out of gas. But a bee flew up to him and was like, "Hey, you ran out of gas?" And he was like, "Yeah." And so the bee was like, "Okay, hold on, I'll be back." So the bee comes back with all his friends. He flies into the gas tank with all his friends. The bee yells to the guy driving the car, "Okay, start your car up, see if it goes." And so the guy starts his car, and the car starts. And so the guy's like, "Hey, it's working. What did you do?" And the bee replies, "BP."
Hold on, I think I have the thing in here. There we go. We just do this, and then I think it's this one. Oh no, that's an ad. Never mind. I was gonna play.
Okay. Well, you guys were talking about peeing in the gas thing, and so it just made me think of the BP
I
joke.
wasn't talking about that. Joey was talking about
First
that.
of all,
You responded to him, so you
know
guys
that-
were talking
You know what
about
that
it.
joke reminded me of? Another joke.
What's that joke?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To get to the other side.
Wait, really?
Joey's was funnier by like the smallest measurable percent.
Wow. Well, it's okay. It wasn't my joke to begin with, so I take no offense.
Oh, it wasn't.
But I did
Oh my
personally
God,
find
that
it
was
funny.
It was super hilarious.
Oh my God, I hate you.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my
Now
God.
that was the best joke I've ever
I
heard.
can't believe I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it until you said that.
Oh my God. Okay, so moving on. We're going to move on, okay?
Yes. Well, no more ransomware attacks. I know that's never going
And,
to happen.
and no
but-
more of your
Resident
jokes.
Evil Village eased up on tension curve after players found Resident Evil 7 too scary.
Okay. So, I started live streaming Resident Evil Village. Joey, yeah, no, this is legit. Someone came into the live stream and they said, people are pussies and they don't, they said Resident Evil 7 was too scary, so Capcom made this one less scary. Now, Resident Evil 7 was scary as hell. There's no doubt. That game was horrifying.
It was very scary. It was great to watch, not play.
But all I could think to myself is that's like those like the Dark Souls games. Oh, they're too hard. And then like lowering the difficulty curve. Like a scary game's supposed to be scary. Too scary is a good thing. And if people are too scared to continue playing, then it becomes a challenge. It's like an achievement. And so I'm hoping that RE8 that they fix that if that's in fact the case. So far, the beginning part was pretty horrifying. But the part I'm in right now is kind of like it's okay. But we'll see.
They just keep doing the same trope over and over and over.
Yeah. It's
But
it's
you're
pretty
making
bad.
it fun.
But have you played? You haven't played Resident Evil 7, have you?
No.
Do you play? You don't play horror games, do you?
Negative.
Maybe we should do a stream of Joey playing scary games.
Oh, shit.
That might be good. You know, if you guys want to see that,
Oh.
Yes.
put a like on it. I think.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Now it's gonna. Now don't even worry about the like. Now he's gonna do it.
Yes.
You don't react that way, and expect us to. If I gotta do it, I do it every Friday until
That's
I.
your choice. I choose
It's not
to.
my choice.
Yes,
I'm
it
doing
is.
it to entertain the fans.
Yeah, well, the fans don't want to see me.
Yeah, oh
stream.
yes,
They want to
yes,
see
they
you
do.
Yeah,
yes,
stream.
yes, they do. If you do, leave a like, and if you don't put a like, that's okay, because I'm just going to assume your answer is yes anyway. Joey's playing.
So I'm screwed.
We're gonna come up. We're gonna find a way to do a special live stream, and then we're gonna do an Erin and Joey play
God.
scary game podcast for. Ooh, we could do it for October even.
Oh yeah.
Like we do the podcast with scary games.
Spooky season.
Spooky circuit. Completing the scare. Scaring the circuit.
Jesus.
Completing the spooky.
Completing the spooky. That sounds a little foreign. Just has like it's like Los Spookies or whatever that one show
Los
on HBO.
Spooky?
No, Joey, stop asking for help in sign language.
You don't need help. It's not sign language. It's just supposed to be the universal sign for help.
Is he
It's
using
not
his
sign
hand
language.
and he's making a sign?
Help me in sign language is this.
Why
this
don't
is
they?
help.
Why don't they just
this
do?
is help.
Why don't they just do this? There's already a sign for it. That's like the middle finger.
No, that's F you.
Yeah, I know the middle finger's fuck you, but it doesn't make any sense for there to be a different way to say that in sign language if you already have the middle finger to do it.
I don't know what the way to say that in sign language is.
You
That's
say
not
it like
something my mom would tell me.
You just flicked off our viewers.
No, I flicked off the other. No, from their perspective it looks that way, but I flicked off Erin's camera that's pointing at her.
Why would you do that? You're effectively flicking me.
No, I'm not. You're not a camera. You're just.
No, but my
You're
face
just
is
a
on that
fan.
camera.
Yeah, but I'm flipping the phone off. The
Okay,
phone
so
itself.
so are we going to talk about tech in this tech podcast, or
I mean, this is. But you do need to play Resident
although
Evil 7.
all of these stories are gaming related minus the gas, but
Oh yeah, no, you're definitely playing 7. There's no question now, and you're gonna play it in VR. Oh, that's gonna be. Erin, thoughts? You think you should play it? I need to play it again in VR. I
maybe.
really don't want to, but
I don't know. We have to figure out the best game because we have to figure out. Oh, okay. No, I have
gonna
the
do it.
best idea. We're gonna go through Joey's Xbox game library, see which games he has the most progress on, figure out what type of games he enjoys playing, and then we will find a scary game based off of the genre that he plays the
there's
most.
no basketball players in horror games.
No, he plays a lot of different games. I was just scrolling through his
There's
game
no
library the
football
other day.
players
He has
What
like
a
48,000 gamer score. It's twice as high as mine. I was very offended, so I had
You have a
to.
48,000 gamer score on Xbox?
What a stalker.
He does.
It's creepy, dude. How do you have 48? You have 48 grand?
He apparently plays a lot of games, though there weren't a lot of achievements, so I'm not entirely sure where he got the points from.
The only there's no way to correlate those things. Everything that is a scary game is nothing will in no way, shape, or form incorporate into what Joey plays, except for the fact that there's humans.
He
So-
plays a lot of RPGs.
What are well no, but he plays like Become
Batman.
Human in Detroit, and those are like action,
That's on PlayStation.
and that's PlayStation.
Batman's not.
Batman. Well,
It's both, maybe.
probably. Yeah.
But anyways, what I was going to say is, do you like your TV now? Because if you have me in VR, I am not going to be held responsible if your TV
I'd
breaks.
probably just have you. Well, technically speaking, we don't need to necessarily be in the living room per se. I don't know. We'll find something out. No,
Something
you got to play
will get
7.
broken.
What we'll do is we'll do a dry run of Resident Evil 7 tonight after the show, and we're just gonna have him play for like 10-15 minutes. 10-15 minutes. How about that? And then we'll see how it goes, and if it freaks him out, ooh, that'll be good.
Well,
We'll
I
do a
have-
test run.
I have a very important question.
Oh, shit.
Do you get motion sick?
Yes.
No, he doesn't.
Then you wouldn't do good in VR.
Did you see that dead? He smiled. He did a
Yeah,
jerk off
because he
smile.
knows it's true, and he knows that I get
Where's
motion
there to
sick.
smile?
Did you wink at him or something? Because I can't see your face, so I don't know if you like.
I can't wink. Look, this is my wink.
Okay, but you could.
My wink is incredibly
I get motion
unattractive.
sickness.
I'm gonna call shenanigans. Yes, you had a bit of a thing going on
handle
there.
roller coasters either,
You're not going up into the air.
but it's motion sickness.
I think that's just fear of heights.
No, don't you remember he was complaining in the car about like how your driving makes him motion sick?
Yes.
He can't handle VR.
That's right.
Have
I
you
know.
tried it?
VR?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you get motion sick?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Well, we're gonna try it one more time.
And then if I throw up,
And
all
if you
over
get
the place-
motion sick, you get motion sick. But I just want to make sure. Maybe they updated it, reduced the latency. You know, made it less making you sick.
Has nothing to do with latency.
It 100% has to do with latency.
No.
Yes.
Anyways, it's not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yes.
We'll wait till the voting comes in.
Okay. Well, I think how many likes would it need for you to play?
1 million.
Be realistic with your number.
200,000.
200,000. 200,000 likes.
Yeah.
So if this one gets
don't get specific. If our question that says blah 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 about Joey playing in VR or scary games, not VR. If our question about Joey playing scary games gets 200,000 likes, no matter what platform it's on, whether it be in this video or not, then Dom.
I was just gonna reduce that number to something fair. So if this podcast episode gets 2.5 likes, then
What? No.
I have to divide it by 10,000. No, 100,000,
Why?
because then it scales
How
appropriately.
about 1,000 likes?
No, I would say 10.
500.
10. I think
500 is fair.
10
Thank
would
you.
actually. 500 is not fair. I don't even think we have a single episode with 100 views.
Well, I mean, there you go.
Well, okay, you heard it here first, people.
Yeah.
If you've made it this far in the show, share it with your friends. Get the likes. We really appreciate it. Let's try to scare the shit out of this guy.
I apologize if you came here for tech or gaming.
You know what? They
news
come here for
right now.
us. They come here for us and the news.
Not for us,
Hey,
for just
I'm
me
okay
and
with
Erin.
that. You can come here
are
for
just
us
a
all you want
voice
to.
that just keeps talking.
I mean, that's
They
why.
come for Erin and I.
I don't think that that's true.
It is.
I mean, no, yes, you're right. You are part of the equation.
No, actually, that makes a lot of sense because why would anybody come to the podcast for you when they could just go to the main channel? So
Yep.
they must be coming to the podcast for us
Right.
because we're not on the main channel.
Right. So they, but the only reason they're here.
Is for us.
That's correct.
Because I'm pretty sure in your live stream the other day, too, you said something about going to the podcast because Joey's actually in the podcast when Joey was talking in the chat. I believe he said something like that. Am I wrong?
So, do we have another story?
I would say you're right, Erin, because he cannot.
I will address this stuff later.
Okay, so the PS5 is getting an internal redesign
Yeah.
in order to combat the global semiconductor shortage.
Yeah.
So it's probably not going to look any different on the outside, but it will more than likely positively 100% have different parts
Yep.
on the inside.
So basically,
It's gonna suck.
well, it does need to meet certain.
It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck.
It
What makes
technically,
you say that, Jeff?
it technically can't. If it does, then it won't run correctly, and the games just won't function.
That's probably what they're gonna run into.
Hopefully, they can get around it. I mean, when you think about redesigns of consoles,
If they get a reround, if they get
But
around it, it's not gonna be as good as these. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna be as good as
it's
once
gonna.
they're out.
But I mean, it's gonna have to. It's not like they haven't done redesigns before. Don't forget the PS2 had how many? The PS2 had 2 redesigns. Had 1 redesign. The PS3 had 2 redesigns. The PS4 had
360 Slim.
the 360.
redesign.
So they do that stuff all the time. They're just probably accelerating it. They probably actually, if I had to be honest, what they probably did is they already had the redesign done by the time the PS5 came out. And they were waiting for the sales because they probably finalized that hardware a long time ago. And then they started manufacturing it. So they've probably been manufacturing for, let's say, a year. And they already knew. So during that time, they're looking for the next iterations. They may have actually already had that done to minify the console, and now they're just going to get started developing something they were going to develop sooner, if I had to guess. Because there's just no way they're going to pull out of their
it
ass.
doesn't suck. It's not gonna have. Probably won't be as powerful.
It should be exactly as powerful. It should be. Even previous PS3 redesigns, all console redesigns are usually just as powerful.
So
Or sometimes more powerful, actually. The Xbox One S was like 1% more powerful than the Xbox One. I'm not even kidding. Even though it was the same, it was supposed to be the same hardware. There was a tiny performance boost. It's just more efficient hardware. I'm sorry, Erin, what were you saying?
According to this article, after less than 2 years after the PS4 was launched, Sony did a redesign that made the console quieter and more power efficient for the PS4.
See? It's just that simple. Well, I don't know if it made it quieter.
Thank you, Erin, for telling us that. Appreciate it.
Joy, are you in
No
a bad
problem,
mood?
Joey.
Are you not enjoying the Chardonnay edition of the show?
I'm just not enjoying you.
When have you ever?
I've never have.
So then,
That's why you show
But
up every
since we're
week
having
and-
Chardonnay, I thought I'd be truthful to the audience.
just finally let your feelings out.
Yeah.
Frick this game. Yeah, that seems about right.
I'm just gonna sit here with my arms crossed like this.
That's
look
fine.
at
He'll
you, judge you.
he'll do that until the last story or one of the
wonder-
stories. Do we have that story coming up, Erin? Actually, we might want to.
It's the next one.
Perfect.
Maybe?
Joe, you know, just because
Yes.
we care about you so much and for you to be happy, I found this story this morning and I thought to myself, well, not Christopher Nolan, but there we go. It was a Tenet commercial on the.
See,
okay, Erin,
okay,
let's
let me just.
look.
let
They
me
made it, but they did
Yeah.
it. It's black.
That's great. Let me pause that right here while you're all thinking about me and everything. I don't have a fucking PS5.
But
you
you
think I'm
will.
gonna be fucking happy
But
about a remote that I don't even have?
But you will.
No.
And when you
I'll
do,
tell you what. When they put the fucking new PS5 black
They
instead
probably-
of white,
they probably will.
I'll be more excited for it. But you know what? I won't get my chance on it for who knows how long.
Well, they're trying to fix that.
Oh, they're trying to fix that. How the fuck are they gonna fix it?
They're going to redesign the internals of the console.
No, I'm talking about the scalpers.
Oh,
Well, they're probably not going to fix that because Sony said that they're not going to more than likely be able to fix the PS5 shortage until 2022.
are you serious? 2022?
Yeah.
Oh, so, ladies, for people that don't have PS5s like me, we're shit out of luck. By the time we get it, it's going to be like fucking PS6 coming out.
Somebody
That was an
said
awful
that.
laugh. I apologize.
I
for
saw
that.
a comment of somebody said the exact same thing. I don't know, man. Honestly, it's
What happened? Why is that broken?
Erin's breaking. I don't know.
No,
She's,
I'm not breaking. I was just laughing at myself because I did an awful laugh, and then I was just laughing at how awful it was. And
I mean, that's great. You get a black controller.
I don't know, man.
Congratulations.
I always
I'm so
know you
happy
talk.
that you get a black controller.
I don't want the black controller.
While people like us that don't have a PS5 can't even enjoy it.
Joey's literally called Midnight Black. It's your favorite color plus my cat.
Yes, I understand it's my favorite color, but
Plus,
I don't.
plus my cat.
When am I gonna ever enjoy that color? I can't use it on my PS4.
I don't know. Maybe.
Actually, can you use PS5 controllers on PS4? Hold on.
I'm not entirely sure.
Let's see.
I know that with iOS 14.1 or just 14,
I think it's
you can
14.1.
use PS5 controllers with your iPad. So maybe while you're playing Xbox, you can use your PS5 controller while
While I'm
playing
playing
Xbox
Xbox?
on your iPad.
Why would I play Xbox with PlayStation controllers?
So that you can have a Midnight Black controller?
I would play PlayStation on my iPad with the PlayStation controller.
Oh, that does make sense. It makes a little
So
more
apparently,
sense.
no, you cannot.
No, you cannot.
But you can use it on your iPad.
Thank you.
can use it on your iPad.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Hey, it's a
I
start.
get to play.
What do you want? I try to think of
PlayStation
you, and then what does he do?
Black
I think
remote
of him, and then
on
he
a
bitches. I think of him,
12.9
and then he just
screen.
complains, and he bitches.
While you get to play with that on your 85-inch TV.
It's 82.
I don't give a shit if it's 82 and a half. It's still 82 inches.
It might actually be 82 and a half.
I don't care, Dom. The fact is, you have PS5. You get to enjoy those remotes.
Look, man, it was a
more
struggle to get
than-
that thing.
No, I don't want to hear it.
But we
I don't want to hear
were
it.
you
The
there?
fact
No,
that you
no.
got it.
I'm asking you.
Fuck you.
I'm asking you.
Me
Were you
and the
there
other people
on Twitter and everything else
are
when
saying,
they announced
"Fuck
it?
You.
When they announced it?
How many times are you going to say you announced?
Because I want to make sure you're hearing
I
it.
hear it.
Okay. Did you go on to?
What?
Did you?
He
When
didn't
the
try to get one.
when the pre-orders came
Right.
out, you didn't try to get one
No.
in the initial round.
Want to know why? I
'Cause
lost
he-
my job.
Oh well. But why are you trying to get one now?
He didn't say anything about getting one now. He just
thought
said,
he
why would he
was.
get a controller when he can't even get one?
Yeah. And yes, I am trying to get one now.
I was about to say, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm confused.
But thank you, Erin, for trying to make this thing even more confusing.
Just trying to stick up for you.
Joey,
I know.
let me know the next time it's in stock, and I'll try to grab one for you.
Oh, that's really nice of you.
Do you want me to not?
How about you just do it?
You know what, Erin? How about we find out when there's another one in stock, and then I'll try to
Buy
get
it for
one.
us?
Yeah, I'll try to get one
Just to
more.
rub it in his...
You buy another goddamn piece. I swear to God.
We'll give it to our subscribers.
Yeah.
How about that?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. If it goes to a subscriber, fine. But I swear to God, if you guys keep it, and you have 3 PS5s in this goddamn place, this shit's gonna blow up real quick.
He's just gonna.
We'll keep one in Dom's car.
That car's gonna blow up real quick. I know where he lives. I know where the car's stored, and I will show up with a gasoline and some fucking.
Honestly, whether I could get my hands on another one, and if it was gonna go to a subscriber or Joey, if it was gonna go to Joey, I would fuck with him. I would literally have it right here on the table. And
empty box.
No, not even empty. No, in 100%. You can tell that it's in.
It's all the way in.
Oh yeah.
It's like really in there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I know
Packed
this
nice
is,
and tight.
And you know what I would do? I do a challenge too. Like I'd be like, if you can move the PS5 off this table and into your car without touching it, then you can have it. I would do something like that.
Oh, that should be pretty
That's
easy.
fucking simple.
How? Without,
Use your shirt.
no, you can't touch it. He can't in any way, shape, or form
That's
touch
fine.
it with other objects.
No, you said I couldn't touch it.
That
Now
involves
you're
you touching
saying
it. That,
other
yeah,
objects?
no, you cannot. You, in no way, shape, or form, can be connected to the object that is putting kinetic energy into the PS5 to boot your car.
Oh, that's easy. Joey, you just asked me to.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the trick. But now we're not going to do that. So now we'll change it off to be something more.
Here's the other thing. I buy an RC car.
Yeah, you have to get it on the table. I put it because it's up there. That's how we can stop Erin. We just put it up there.
She can get a ladder or a step stool.
Yeah, I'll remove them.
I'm not sure the step stool would work all the way up there.
She's very little.
I can lift her.
Yes.
Technically speaking, then you would be in contact with the thing that's in contact with
First
the
of
PS5.
all, this is completing the circuit, not completing the goddamn
completing
PS5
the PS5 challenge.
challenge.
Okay. Well, I thought you would have liked the fact that they're making black accessories. I guess you don't. So.
I do.
Well, thank you, Erin.
I do like
But
that they're making black
I really
accessories.
like the red one.
I know.
The red one's very nice. And apparently,
That's how
what
I
they
feel
did
right
was
now.
they put
Red.
Joey.
Angry.
Joey.
Sorry, Dom's just pissing me off.
Apparently, what they did was put a little layer of blue into both of these paints to get the colors the way that they are.
Huh. You know,
Right?
I've heard printers do that apparently. In black ink, they use a little bit of cyan because it makes it
Yeah, yeah.
a better color.
Sharpies obviously don't because Sharpies turn purple. But
Either way, that's very interesting. Well, I guess since Joey doesn't give a shit about this story, we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
looks like it says...
I think... Oh my god, I was trying to cover my iPad tabs. You can't see those. Don't work.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Fable is being developed using the Forza engine,
Oh. This will be interesting.
right?
Well, the Forza engine. Have you seen that game, Joey? Have you ever played Forza?
Yes.
Forza is so realistic.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Looking? Yeah.
Forza? Yes, it is.
I can.
Can you pull
I
up some...
can drive through people. I can't hit the people.
Forza, you can't drive through anybody. What Forza games have you been playing?
There's nobody on the road.
Aren't there but
it's
there's-
rated E for everyone.
I know, but there's people that are standing.
No, they're not in the road. Or maybe that's like the off-road version. That's Forza, dude. That
I
looks,
know.
That
I
looks
know.
photorealistic.
Yes,
Wait,
it does.
that says Horizon 4.
What are you smoke? Well, yeah, there's
Oh,
Horizon.
Forza
I
Horizon.
played
You're looking
Forza.
you're looking
I played
for
Forza. I
Forza
don't need to
Motorsport,
see
not Forza
pictures.
Horizon.
I
Thank
played
you.
Forza before.
Okay, well, did you play it right?
Yeah.
Because it looks great.
It does look great. It's not realistic. Not realistic. You know,
It's
I mean,
realistic looking.
There's some things crash and stuff like that, like when it doesn't.
You're talking about like the effects, not
Yeah.
the actual physical visuals. Look at that. That looks incredibly good.
the mountains are, need a little work.
Oh my god, the mountains are perfect. They're
You've
made
never
of
seen
sand.
a mountain before in your life.
Yes, I have.
Your ass doesn't count.
Okay, I'm not sure if these are
Wow.
considered mountains, seeing as how they're like more like sand dunes.
Okay, so we're
But-
in Egypt.
which I'm pretty sure
Might be.
I know I haven't seen a sand dune. I assume Joey hasn't seen a sand dune.
Hey, by
Dom,
the
have
way,
you seen
speaking
a
of
sand dune?
Egypt, shout out to our subscribers
Yeah.
in Egypt.
Yeah, we have an Egyptian subscriber I found out on the live stream, which was crazy. I was talking to him about how it's nuts. Now we live in a world where you could literally communicate with someone thousands of miles away, like that, casually.
My sister used to live there.
Your sister did used to live there. She did.
And
She did.
This is not
Our-
completing
oh,
the
shit.
family. This is completing the circuit. God.
Well, my sister is part of my circuit, so.
Hey, don't get smart on this podcast.
Yeah, don't try completing any circuits on us, Missy.
Yeah.
So well,
Because I'll disconnect those circuits real quick.
Forza is circuit racing, so that's cool.
Thanks.
Tons.
And I'm excited. For one, I would love to see a new Fable game, especially one that holds true to the original. And if it has really realistic lighting and stuff like that, that'll be good. That being said, where the hell is Halo? I know there's been some news on Halo this week. And there we go. There is the story. Perfect segue into it. This is bad, Joey. So I'm going to let Erin explain to you, because you're probably going to go on a rampage here. Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Does she
So-
really have to? I mean, the title just says
Well-
crunch conditions.
No, there's more to it, but so
I'm sorry, Erin. That almost choked. So that was funny to me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
conditions. Okay.
what the hell was that?
That's what he said. No, we're not doing Mars attacks.
Okay, so not only is Halo Infinite being made under crunch conditions, but an employee also said that Halo is nowhere close to being ready. Like it's in a very, very buggy state, like almost Cyberpunk state.
Oof. And they were expecting to release it last year. Yeah. And even after 6 months, it's still, wow. Well, that's not good, man. That's not good. Xbox is going to need something. Something exclusive, man. It's not like PlayStation 5 has that many more games, but they have them, is the point, and they're continuing to come out.
Apparently, this has been going on for the past few years,
Okay.
too. They've been working early into the morning hours. The low-level employees, of course.
Of course.
Okay. Usually I would go on a tear, right? I want to go on a tear, but
A tear?
like,
Yeah.
you know,
You mean a tirade?
yeah, a tear.
Oh, like tear up their butt?
Well, Joey, I mean, if that's what you want to do, man.
Like, anyways, I'm not going to explain what I mean.
That's
I'm
one way
sure
to
a lot of
complete the
people
circle.
understand what I meant, but
Okay.
after the whole Cyberpunk debacle, I can't. Good for them.
That they're doing crunch?
No, that they're being honest and that they're working on it, not just releasing it and then.
Yes.
So
And I don't think Phil Spencer would allow it to go out that way, especially after Cyberpunk.
I will say,
Yeah.
you know what? As much as it sucks, and a lot of people are probably pissed off, be thankful. Because you could have had another Cyberpunk on your hands.
Yeah, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But Manny said it best last week. If they did release Halo,
Manny wasn't here last week.
or 2 weeks ago, if they did release Halo and it was super buggy, so now you have the Xbox Series X, which has really no exclusive titles, and the one game that made Xbox is made now by a new company, and it's a buggy mess, and it's their only exclusive. Ooh,
I don't
they'd
know.
be done.
Why did Bungie not do this? Did they even? Was there anything
I
about
forget. Well, basically, they made 1, 2, and 3, and I think they just didn't want to do it anymore. And Microsoft still wanted to milk the franchise. To my understanding, I could be very wrong, and I could be very, very wrong. I don't remember exactly, but that's my guess. I know Cliff Bleszinski, who was in charge for Gears, he did 1, 2, and 3. And to my understanding, he didn't want to do it anymore. He wanted to move on to something else, kind of like Christian Bale and Batman. It's just like, they've reached their limit. We get it.
You don't
Like,
want to be known as the
right.
Halo.
that?
Rick and Morty actually did an episode kind of about that exact thing. You can't force the creativity out. It's good as it is. Don't add more, but that's what they do. Look at Assassin's Creed.
Well, Assassin's Creed, you can. Assassin's Creed, people are gonna either hate or love it because they all do. It's all different stories.
I know, but they did Assassin's Creed 1, which was good. I really liked it. Assassin's Creed 2, which was really good. And then 3, a lot of people didn't like. I enjoyed. But the other 2, between that, which was like Revolutions and whatever, it was still 2.
And you didn't like the newest one?
Once they started making it very RPG with like
the one
Danish...
that you bought, the Viking one.
I didn't buy that one.
I thought you did.
I didn't buy that one. I just can't. It's not... I loved the whole Crusade era, Middle East style...
The whole Viking thing is really cool, though.
I know, but
that's a new touch.
I just, honestly, man, I want Altair back from the first one. They literally removed the finger as like part of the way that the blade would be released through their ring finger, and that was part of like the ceremony. Like there was a religion behind it, and then they just trying to basically spread it into all different cultures, which is really cool. But it lost a little bit of its, at least to me, its badassery. The first one was so good, and I almost want to do a playthrough because it was stealth. You really got that assassin feeling. Like, really, really, really got it.
Screw the first
in
game.
Black Flag, in 4, I know a lot of people didn't with the fast travel thing, but in Black Flag, you're spending all this time being a fucking pirate. And that whole game was inspired because everybody loved the pirate ship battles from the third one. But the first and second one, you actually had a target. Unity was another one. It was great. You had a target. You found the target. You killed the target. You collected information around the area, and then you moved on to the next thing because you were an assassin. But the fourth one, you were more of a fucking pirate. Unity, they kind of brought it back. But then they did the London one with Syndicate, and I'm with the twins, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
That I understand.
And I just couldn't.
The Syndicate, yes, but the whole Viking, the newest one, even though I haven't played it yet, I want to, but that one.
Valhalla.
Yeah, that one is very. Now, I don't know how it's doing on the ratings. I don't know, but that one catches my eye a lot because it's a. I really find the Viking history very interesting, and even though Assassin's Creeds are not like fact. I'm sorry. What am I looking for? Fact.
Yeah, they're factual.
Yeah, factual. Thank you.
Yeah. The Metacritic is 80, so it's 7.2 user score, so it's okay is what the users seem to be saying.
Okay.
Google tells me 3.6 out of 5.
I'm looking at Metacritic, but that's I don't know. I always use Metacritic. I've never thought about using Google, but IGN says 8. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Ooh.
So the whole Viking thing is what really interests me. And the whole rating scale, you know what? It's like movies, dude. Like, you can't go off of ratings. There's times where you get movies, right? And you're like, the ratings are absolutely garbage. And the movie that you watch, maybe you watch or I watch, we think it's like, what are they talking about? This is a great movie.
Sometimes. But, like, I just saw Tenet as a great example. And I love Christopher Nolan. He is, like, I will watch and buy every single one of his movies. But I get it. I get why people weren't a fan of that. As much as I would love to be as much bias as I can put into it, something was off.
But here's the thing.
So
you can actually,
I agree with the ratings. That's my point.
But what I'm saying is,
in that regard,
you can actually say you saw it, and you can agree with the ratings, right? But I won't go off of ratings, and I won't say one. I'm not going to not see a movie because a rating says.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying
Well, I'm not going to do the same thing with games if they say this game's like. Look, I still play Madden, and Madden has horrible ratings.
It does. And I'm not saying don't play it, and I'm not saying you shouldn't play it, but I think ratings are important because what they do is they hold developers and, the publishing companies to a standard because ratings affect sales.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying they shouldn't have a rating system. What I'm saying is people shouldn't always just keep looking at ratings and be like, I don't want to play this or I don't want to watch it.
If it's something if it's something you really just want to play because you want to play and whether or not you agree with the ratings, that's definitely one thing. But if it's something you've never heard of, like The Last of Us, I'd never heard of that game. When it first came out, I didn't get it at launch. I was walking through a store and I had like 5 people. I kept hearing about it over and over and over and over, and nobody would shut up. I went to GameStop. I went to go buy something, and this guy was like, somebody got to talking about it. He's like, dude, you never played Last of Us? I was like, what the hell is up with this game? It's just a kid and some old dude. It's like, no, get it. So I got it. Oh, that's all I can say. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
have you
I agree
finished
with
the
you.
second one yet? Uh-oh.
No, he hasn't.
It's Erin's fault.
It's not my fault.
It's her fault.
It has nothing to do with my fault. I've asked several times for you to play it,
It's
and
her
you haven't.
fault.
So,
It's her fault.
but I
grounded
fully agree with you, Joey, because I can't tell you how many times there's been something that I've watched or played or something, and the ratings are awful, but I'm like, oh, I personally like it, and if I had judged the game or the movie based on the ratings, I never would have picked it up in the first place.
But then can you make that same argument for something where everyone says it's great and then you watched it or played it and then it wasn't good? You have to hold that
Yes.
standard for both. So that in that regard, it nullifies. I do hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but we can't say that just because we can't say in all cases. And again, I hear totally what you guys are saying, but we can't say in all cases that just because we may disagree with what the ratings are, that the ratings don't have as much value or any value. Like, we have to be careful.
Again, I'm
Well,
not
yeah,
saying.
I know you're
yeah,
not.
I don't think anyone said that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what you said. I'm just saying it's just something that can be interpreted from it without good clarification. It's important.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying.
Just like
Erin
you.
totally said that. You didn't say that, Joey. Erin 100% said that.
No, I didn't.
She 1,000% said it. I heard it. You heard it here, people. And if she didn't say it, I'll hear it later, and I'll edit her voice in such a way that it makes it sound like she said it.
I mean, here's a perfect example. Saying
because I edit the podcast.
everyone's
actually,
saying, or a lot of people like you, Aaron, a lot of people are like, "Oh, Tekken's so great." Now I know
Right. If you're into fighting games,
now,
yeah.
I know a lot of people are gonna hate me because there's a lot of Tekken fans. I'm not a huge Tekken fan,
Yeah.
but I do like fighting games.
Yeah.
But I'm more.
You
I
like
like
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Tekken to me is just
It's hard.
so it's just one of those things. Like, I'm just saying, people can say how great someone. I can disagree.
Yeah.
It's all up to people's interpretation.
Right. It is. It just depends. Yeah. You can have You can have a game with a 99% perfect score across every single rating, and it's a real-time strategy game. But if you only like to play, Hot Bunny Playboy Mansion games, like, that's probably not going to appeal to you. Now, there are those exceptions of games that are just so good they penetrate into wider appeal, but that's rare and more or less
Have you played that game?
I played the beta.
Yeah.
Back in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
9 frames per second, my graphics card, and it was nice.
I played the full version.
You got the full version?
Yeah.
Adults only.
Yes.
The AO rating, the
Hugh
legendary
Hefner was in there.
Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
You got the Hugh Hefner DLC.
I did.
That's cool.
I know.
That's cool. You have to tell me about it after the show. So.
No, let me tell you now.
Oh yeah. Okay. So before we get into that whole thing, let's get our next story queued up.
Oh, it's ready.
What's our time at right now? Actually, I think we have 45 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Just about.
Okay.
Why?
No, I just wanted to just monitor our time.
We're probably more at like 38 because it was recording for a while before we got started.
Okay. Do we want to take our break real quick? Refill, go to the bathroom and stuff?
It's up to you.
Okay. It's it's up to us. That's why I asked.
It's up to you. It's always about Dom.
Okay, well then we're going to take our break. So we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Okay. Screw Joey.
We'll be back.
Welcome back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
I'm too Chardonnayed up, so I'm
And
not
we're
even
back.
going to fight you guys on that one. So we have a couple more stories left. We're back from our break, and
We're back.
we actually have a bonus third story that I think we were talking about during the break. I don't know if we want to show people that. Technically speaking, we
I
showed
think it
them
would be
worse.
fun.
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot of fun.
Oh, that we should have saved. We should have saved it for the. That's okay. I can show you the other one.
Yeah, show us ones you haven't showed us yet.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
So this is submitted from one of our fans, Mike. He also helps out with the live stream and some of the other Completing the Circuit stuff that we do here. Where's the headline? What was this one? This one was about Cyberpunk doing better with the bugs, right?
I was hiding it from you so I could read it.
Okay, Erin wants to read it. All right, let's go.
Okay, so this one is that Cyberpunk is gradually restoring gamers' sympathy on Steam. So their ratings have been going up as they've been restoring bugs. So hopefully, at least hopefully, in my opinion, Cyberpunk or CD Projekt can regain their trust in people. They did kind of lose it really, really hard, but it's looking better for the game at least. This article from OK Gotcha, which I never heard of before, predicts that the game will never, ever reach the lifetime concurrent players on Steam as when it initially released, with like more than 1 million people playing it at one time, which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But thoughts? Oh, that's Kyle.
You still haven't played it yet, have you?
They didn't fail. They didn't fail bad enough where the head honchos don't take millions of dollars in bonuses.
Yeah, there is that.
And no, I have not played it yet.
So, all right, I won't spoil anything, but I'm gonna give you kind of just like
I don't know if I am gonna play it.
a spoil list. Spoil free. Thank you. That was spoil list. I don't know what the hell I was looking. Spoiler free review, and I haven't finished it yet. So this is just my thoughts on it so far. So I mean, we had all the bug fiasco. Started playing it in May.
Chased around a prostitute that hit you.
Oh, that was funny. That was good. Yeah, there was one woman who was talking smack, and I chased her, and literally went around the entire city until I found that same character model, and then just popped right in the head. The game is okay, and it's not even that the world is so brilliant. The character that you play, you feel so connected to, even though they have their own voice and own animations and stuff like that. I find myself, if it's nighttime, taking the character home and going to bed and just like living the character's life. In every element of the game, they have succeeded in that regard of making you feel like you are in that world. Yeah. However, go ahead. Sorry,
I don't mean to cut you off. When you say the game is okay, do you mean like okay in a really positive regard, or a mediocre regard, or to like a it's okay?
The story that it's living in is, from what I can tell from my guess, they originally the Chardonnay talking.
Chardonnay.
They originally made it as long as The Witcher, or they had planned to, and now since they wanted to shorten it up to make it more appealing, they cut a bunch of chunks out, and so the story feels very strange. There is a time sensitive element to the story that is occurring, and yet your character is running around doing a bunch of side shit, and it's inundated. You are inundated with, as soon as you kind of like really take the training wheels off the game, there's all these jobs to do, there's all this side stuff, and yet there is this circumstance that is occurring that is, time sensitive as far as like the character's livelihood goes, and they're trying to solve it, and it's just like there's incoherences that make it feel like, why am I going to go do 9 different assassinations, run these guys down, do this delivery stuff, when there's this going on, and the character is constantly speaking to people as if it's their top priority. There's just weird stuff like that. And when you first start the game, it feels like you're just kind of getting rushed into the plot really quick. It's just, the game's story, I think, would have just been better if they had just left it how they originally had planned instead of shrinking it. That's just my guess, because they made The Witcher so damn long. So it's fun.
Mediocre, okay? From what you just said?
Yeah, I would give it so far just a 7. I mean, the world itself is incredible. Like, walking around the little sidewalk. I mean, you saw walking around the sidewalk. It's like, oh my God, it feels like a city. It feels like a city. It's incredible, the amount of detail. But the story just ain't got it. Not for me. Not so far. We'll see. Yeah. But it is a beautiful game, and it is running a lot better.
Good. Yeah, I haven't played it since that is Joey's camera. I haven't played it since I got to that one quest that bugged out on me, and I couldn't figure out where I was supposed to go because the characters had like moved from where they were supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And I stopped playing it then, and I haven't played it since. But you kind of make me want to pick it up eventually, like in 4 months eventually.
I don't know if I can get I don't know.
You can try it here and just see.
There's parts of me that really wants to buy it, but it's one of those things where after that story last week,
you're conflicted.
The developers not getting that much, and the head honchos are getting all this money.
Yeah, 7 figures.
Yeah, and it's like you guys don't deserve it. The developers do, but you guys don't.
Yeah. And at the very least, they deserve way more than what they got.
Now, if I find out that for every game sold, that maybe that a lot of the profits will go back to the developers, which I doubt. But if that would ever happen, then yeah. Because I think the developers should get something out of this more than what they got.
You know, that actually wouldn't be the worst, like, game development strategy. Like, if I were to run a game company, that's, you know what, it's like, you kind of say, you know, as a CEO or as a top-level employee, that's not necessarily responsible for the game's development, but for its, you know, like, the way it, you know, from you're managing it from a business element. So marketing and all that other crap like that, and release dates and all that other stuff. Like, cap your bonus, and then all future profits, you know, a cut of that continues to go to the developers for 3 years. I think that's an incentive, and I think that just goes to reward the people who actually made the product.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense for the sales guys to get it. I get that the sales guys are the reason, like, they're important, but the sales guys, it's one of the same.
They're only important.
It's synergy.
Yeah, they're only important though for the beginning. Honestly.
Yeah.
They're not important for the ongoing. Now, like, you got your DLCs and stuff like that. That should go to the developers.
Yeah.
See, I agree with both of you, and I disagree with both of you a little bit.
Joey, let's get out of here.
Erin's out of the group.
Hear me out.
Cut her mic out.
So, in the beginning of a company's growth, I believe that the sales department is really important. But when it comes to somebody like CD Projekt or CD Projekt Red, like, the sales department really isn't all that important outside of DLC. Because really all it takes is if that developer has already made a game, and this is just my opinion, but if that developer has already made a game that is really, really good and people know, because the salespeople have already done their jobs with the first game. So everybody, or let me rephrase, a lot of people already knew about CD Projekt because of The Witcher. The Witcher is a great game, highly acclaimed, or whatever.
Critically acclaimed.
Critically acclaimed. And so, based off of that game, literally all you have to do is go to E3, say, hey, we're working on this game, it's going to look like this, and then people will love it, and they will do their own marketing that way. Like, they will continue to look it up. People will continue to write stories outside of the company's sales department. Like, IGN will write stories with updates, like, everything like that. And the sales department really wouldn't have much to do if the developers are saying, this is what we're working on, this is how far we've gotten, you know, because IGN is having discussions with them. But after the game is already launched, I do think it's important for the sales department to help with DLCs, to help push that out there, because people won't be looking for information on the game so much after the game already comes out.
Yeah, but see, the DLCs come out, and they're already... Every time you start a game, right? And if a DLC drops or whatever, there's usually an ad in the game.
Who do you think makes ads?
The developers.
Nah, the
sales department.
The marketing and sales department will determine the way it should look, and the developers will take those assets and deploy them in that way. Because that's a selling element. The developers are the ones who put it in the game, but the actual inception of those ads will be...
But see, that's just, to me, a small... That doesn't... To me, that's small, where that doesn't... I don't believe that the salespeople should get a cut like the developers should. Because it's really a small thing. It's like, okay, we came up with this, you guys implement it now. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yes, but the success of that is based on both of them. But in that regard, only in the regard of when it comes to advertisement and marketing, the salespeople run that shit. I mean, that's their thing. They're one and the same. But I think that what I've noticed, at least, is salespeople seem to get a preferential treatment when it comes to, oh, you made all these sales. So even though it's the people making the thing for them to sell, it's like the salespeople are the superstars. But it's like you take away the salespeople, you don't have sales. You take away the people that make the thing that salespeople sell, you have no sales.
I'm not saying that they're not important. What I'm saying is, for people that get the game, a profit from the game itself, should get developer should go to the developers. Sales
Yeah,
will
I
get
agree.
their money by being in sales, but I don't believe salespeople
Well-
should also get. What I'm saying is, I don't believe that.
I think I see what he said.
I don't believe that salespeople should get revenue ongoing from the game.
Yeah.
Because the developers are the ones that are gonna. Yeah, they have the salespeople do the DLC things. Okay, I get that, but the developers have to make that DLC game, the DLC for it. You
That's
know,
fair.
and
That's
all
fair.
that. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say.
No, I definitely
Yeah.
agree with you. And I work in sales just as like a background. That's the department that I work in. I'm digital marketing. But refrigerator?
Yeah, the damn ice maker.
I completely agree with you. I think the salespeople should have a yearly salary and then that's it.
Yeah.
But then the developers who have like crunched or worked until 3 a.m. because
Yeah,
like
salespeople
we,
aren't doing
we
that.
typically don't have to work as hard as the Like, hold on, let me scale that back.
No, I get what you're
Salespeople
saying.
definitely don't have to work as hard as the developers do.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Sometimes, most of the time.
Salespeople,
Well-
you guys work. Let me put it this way: you guys work hard for what you guys do.
we do.
Developers work hard for what they do.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yes, but
does
there-
their.
It's a different thing.
There is
there-
a different thing.
And the
but-
managers golf on Fridays.
Yeah.
Yes, and what I'm, but
I'm
I
just
don't
kidding,
want
to any
anyone
managers out
thinking that I'm saying, well, developers are better than salespeople or this, that.
No,
I'm not.
no,
What
no,
I'm
no,
saying is this.
They're two sides of the same coin,
Exactly.
and they but they both
there's-
are different sides of the coin.
Yes.
Yes. And they should get paid differently.
Yes.
Because the developers, like, the salespeople wouldn't have anything to sell if it weren't for the developers. And the developers,
Wouldn't have anything to make
have-
because there's no one to
Sales,
sell it.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so
That's
I do
not
think
exactly where I was going.
Oh,
but
sorry.
the developers should continue to continue revenue because that is something that they helped build. That is something that they worked until 4 a.m. sometimes on and have crunched for and stuff like that. And like that world wouldn't exist without them. And
Yeah.
like sales, you don't have anything to sell if it's not for the developer spending all those hours. So like give your salespeople the hourly salary or yearly salary or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean that can be a lot sometimes. If you're the average revenue, is revenue the correct word? The thing you make, salary. The average wow, I just said that word. The average salary for an art director is over $100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's plenty enough to live off of.
Yeah.
Like some of them even make over $200,000 a year. But the developers, how much do you think they get made? Get paid probably like 40, 50.
It depends.
Mm,
It can vary widely.
I would say between 70 to sometimes 100.
The problem with game developers is there was, at least this is my theory. This is my theory, especially because I went to school for this, but it was more on the art side instead of the programming side. But the art side is still an element to it. You have to make the character models and what have you. There was an uproar in the 90s of video games at home. And so a lot of the millennials who grew up with that stuff, they were kind of the front runners. Like, yeah, games existed beforehand, but they were never like what they were in the 90s. I mean, that was the introduction to 3D and to, full motion and animated sequences and
Clever.
voiceovers and all this other stuff
You
like
remember
that.
when Mortal Kombat was huge
Mortal-
because of the character models.
Exactly. And so what I think ended up happening is that the millennial generation, which is now in their 30s, early and late, they went to school to become game developers. Well, now you have a surplus of game developers in a market that has basically a choice. It's like, well, we have $300 million to make a game. Are we going to pick the person who has this long reputation, or are we going to pick a bunch of these young kids? And here's the best part. The business gets to decide because, well, we could just hire a bunch of young dumbass kids. Not dumbass, I don't mean it like that, but we can hire just a bunch of young, inexperienced kids for nothing.
Yeah.
Or we can hire, but the point is that there's so many options now. And when you have jobs and there are more people, it's just supply and demand, right? If you have more people who can do the job than there are jobs available, salaries go down, and then vice versa when it's the other way around. And so when it comes to developers like that, yeah, you can see them in the 30s, 40s, 50s. Sure, you can 100% see them in the 100s, 120, 150s. But that's few and far between.
Yeah. And companies just suck in general.
They do. There's
Like-
no loyalty.
No.
There's no loyalty. I remember my grandfather would tell me, and I would talk to a bunch of older people. There was, back in the day, you didn't need a college degree to get jobs. You could get a good job without a college degree. Some of your CEOs of companies back in the day didn't even have a high school degree.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Most of them today still don't, right?
But,
a lot of them dropped out because they were too smart for it.
But what I'm saying is that but those companies back in the day definitely had your back. Mm-hmm. You don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
No.
It's either you do your job and you shut up and you be happy or get out.
And you know what?
It's one of those things.
And it's become such a dog-eat-dog world. I can see why some businesses have kind of flipped into that. Because it's like the second you even take a break in some businesses and some, it's just like, holy crap. Now this person's pulling this and this person's pulling this and this person's pulling this. Now social media information moves at the speed of light. Yeah. I found this out years ago, but the movie industry actually hated texting. And one of the reasons why they say don't turn your cell phone off is because what they found is that kids especially were in the movie theater texting their friends about how good a movie was, and it was affecting their sales.
Because they wouldn't be official ratings.
They wouldn't be official ratings, and they were telling their friends, this movie sucks. This movie's good. And so that's why they started the whole turn your cell phones off in movie theaters.
Oh, I thought it was just because the light's annoying.
Or the
no
people that never...
Most people really don't. Like, on average, most people just didn't really use their phones. Like, some people do, sure, and that's very rude. Yeah. But to my understanding, and maybe I heard this like 10, 12 years ago, so maybe I got to re-up on it. But to my understanding, that was the reason that whole ad campaign started. Was because of that reason. Because it's basically, we don't want you to go tell your friends about a particular thing in a movie while you're watching it. We don't want you to be able to communicate with them. We want them to come in and form their opinion. But of course, and it's just shit like that.
But what's the difference between texting or telling them the next day when you see them? You know what I mean?
Because you might not remember. It's just it's a dumb thing.
The movie really sucked if you don't remember.
But there you go. But even if it's 0.1% of sales, it's 0.1% of sales. And if all they have to do is put up a little thing that says, "Hey, don't use your phone," and 0.1% of sales when you're talking about the movie industry is huge.
Yeah, but
it's stupid shit.
That thing that came up, don't use your phones. You know what I said? I threw up my middle finger. I put my phone on silent. And then when I got a text message, I would make sure my screen was dimmed so the light wouldn't bother. And just to make sure that I wasn't missing something, either an important phone call if there was one, or a text.
As a matter of fact, the movie industry wanted to put cell phone jammers in the movie theaters. And
that's against constitutional rights.
It's technically not, but it was either legislative or it was either local or federal. The federal government, one of the two.
Like 911.
Yeah, exactly. 911. If an emergency were to occur, all the cell phones are jammed, and now nobody has the ability to contact emergency services. But they wanted to block that. But again, it's not for people's enjoyment of a fucking movie. They don't care if you enjoy the movie. They only care if you buy the ticket.
Right.
Oh my god. Okay, let me ask you about.
Once you buy the ticket, it doesn't matter if it's the shit movie. You're not getting your money back.
I actually have something to say after Erin.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a really quick question. How many of you, of the two of you, have walked out of a movie theater and called your friend to tell them about the movie that you had previously told them you were about to see?
I'm usually with my friends.
I never did.
Really?
Yeah.
None of you?
Yeah, no. I would rarely ever. I was with my friends when we would go see the movies together.
I didn't have friends.
You didn't have well,
Still
excluding
don't.
Joey. You didn't have separate friend groups?
No, my friends were just. It was just
Your friends were all
me
friends
and three
with
other
each
friends.
other?
Yeah, we were. It was just our group.
Oh, it was just you and three other people.
Dom was in a gang
Small
back in
friend.
the
The
day.
Yu-Gi-Oh gang.
Oh my god.
So-
Okay, Joey, what you
Stacking life points, motherfucker.
So, speaking of sales, and I can say this now because one, no one knows my last name except for you guys.
Yeah, they do.
And
Your last name is all over everything that has to do with completing the circuit. Your last name is all over it, whether you realize it or not.
well, anyways, if they want to come after me, they'll come after me because this is funny.
What? 4 people? Go ahead.
No. I'm talking about the movie people.
Oh. Yeah,
Because what
they're not
happened
gonna
was
do
is that we would be at in the shows when we go to shows. I saw 5 movies in one day.
Yeah.
My friends and I used to do that too at the Dollar Theater. You'd go pay $1 and then go watch all of the movies in the theater all day, and no one would ever know a difference.
So, but way we did this is one person would buy a ticket. Mm-hmm. We would be all waiting at a side door.
Mm-hmm.
So one person bought one ticket and then let us in through the side door.
Yep.
Oh, that's clever.
And then what would happen is if they thought, we thought people were catching on to that. So what we did is we had one person buy a ticket. We would be pretending that we were on phones by the side door and wait for someone to come out. One of us would go into the men's bathroom. Then another person would come
clever.
out.
That's pretty
That
good.
person would go in the men's bathroom.
You dispersed. Don't make it look like you're in a group. Yeah.
Right.
That's clever.
Yeah. So we would just one ticket and then we would watch did 5 movies.
Yeah.
And now I know what to do the next time I go to a movie.
Well, you see, and this is some of the shit that we even started talking about early in the podcast. It's like these whole shitty business models. You know, you go to a fucking movie theater and it's an arm and a leg to get anything. $20 for just for one person's worth of like shitty pop. Well, movie theater popcorn's amazing.
It is.
And then so you end up spending like $70 on a really good night at the movie theater. And so it's like, well, the movie theater goes, well, we're the ones basically taking all of the risk. We have to host the movie, and the movie theater doesn't give a or the movie production company doesn't give a shit. Give them a fucking $1 per ticket. Go fuck yourselves. Oh, well, then we can't pay the actors. Well, then you know what? Find new actors.
Yes,
you
can.
No, but the actors would literally. Have you seen some of them? Not all of them, but some of them are just like stringent. They're just like, no, I want $20 million. If you want me in this movie, I want $20 million.
Well, stupid shit. So Robert Downey Jr. did something. He did a smart thing. So what he did is he not only did he get paid pretty good on his Iron Man thing, but what he did also
he got paid for.
He made it in his contract where he would get the movie sales.
Also, he would get a cut of the movie sales.
Yeah.
See, and that's a great way to do it because it's incentivizing, right? Like give them half of what they want, and then the other half can come from movie sales.
Sorry, go ahead.
Because you know what? There's so many movies, and you hear this all the time. The TV show Silicon Valley was like really like one of the characters who was a total dick, T.J. Miller. Behind the scenes, the guy was brilliant in front of the camera, but he was an asshole beforehand. So to cut him off, they had to cut him from the show. But like you have these actors that are so good at what they do, but they're a problem in other ways, and it's like you're kind of stuck with them.
Yeah.
Because it looks weird. Everybody's seen that '70s show, right?
Yep.
No.
Remember when they changed Lori?
No.
How weird that was. What's his face's sister? Topher Great. Who played? Not Kelso. The main dude.
Not Ashton Kutcher, right?
Not Ashton Kutcher.
The other
not
one.
Mila Kunis.
Right.
The Topher Grace. What's his name? Topher Grace.
Yeah, he had the old parents.
Yeah, he had the old parents.
Right.
His sister, the blonde, slutty sister.
Yeah.
They changed Lori. Okay, I don't know what this looks like. Some serial killer shit. That '70s show. And they got rid of her. Now you can't do that with high profile movies. Can you imagine like the next James Bond coming out that's in the Daniel Craig James Bond universe, but it's not Daniel Craig? Just as an example, like they're
doing that.
Well, no, this one that's coming out tomorrow, like Never Die Tomorrow.
I know
whatever
that's
the fuck it is.
Daniel Craig, but the next James Bond is.
But it won't be in his universe, or if it is, then they recognize it's like just.
Well, that's what they've been doing with Batman and Spider-Man and all the other.
Harry Potter going from 2 to 3, Iron Man 1 to 2. Like what's his face when he didn't play Rhodey in the second one. It's weird and people notice it. Jodie Foster.
Oh yeah, with
Silence of the Lambs. And then it's that kind of weird stuff, and then they switch to Julianne Moore. Like it's either a money issue or some other thing and stuff like that. What I'm saying is just like give the movie theaters a fucking $1. Give them $1 per ticket. Go fuck yourselves. I'm gonna go on Joey's soapbox here and say that. That always bothered me. The whole reason your fucking movies can get out into a platform for people to consume is because of the movie theaters, and they're the ones who have to take all the risk.
Not anymore.
Do all the hosting. Not anymore. Give them $1. Give them a fucking $1. Like, seriously, give them $1 per ticket. 50 cents. They don't get shit.
Well, hold on.
Or at least to my understanding, they don't get shit. Yeah, that's Lori Foreman. Yeah, they
I don't know anything necessarily about how the movie theaters work, but I can tell you, based off of, and I don't mean this in a bad way, common sense, that if it weren't for the latest movie, like, let's say we have a movie theater, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say Batman is coming out. Mm. So let's say that movie theater doesn't show Batman.
With
Do
George
you think...
Clooney.
No, with Christian.
I'm joking.
Do you think that the movie theater with Batman... Or no, do you think that the movie theater without showing Batman is going to make the same in concession Is that the name of the
concessions?
things,
Yeah,
like,
concessions.
do you think that they will make the same amount of profit in concessions that the movie theater that is playing Batman will?
It
Like,
depends.
movie theaters getting the... and I have no idea how it works. I'm not trying to say that the movie industry is right and that theaters don't deserve a dime. I'm not trying to say that at all, just to clarify.
Oh, yeah.
But
I think I know what you're saying.
yeah, if, like, it's almost a privilege, maybe,
What-
for movie theaters to be able to play the latest and greatest, because they will get those people coming to spend money on popcorn.
Right, and so their deal is basically they got brought down to zero. There's no hosting fees because if I'm saying, all right, you can have this movie in my theater for 5 cents a ticket.
Wait.
The asshole across the street is saying, well, we'll do it for 4 cents a ticket, and then the other asshole across across the road says, well, we'll do it for 2 cents, and eventually it just got whittled down to zero because that's the way that the capitalism works, which has its strengths and its weaknesses.
My question is this, though, before you go on your thing. My question is, with the Batman being shown in one theater and the one theater not showing the Batman, how close are they together? Are they in the
About
same...
10 minutes.
Then the answer is no. The person that's not... The theater that's not showing the Batman would not make the same.
People want to go see the movie. That's why they go to the movie.
Now, if you're saying that the theater was, like, let's say 3 hours away from each other...
Yeah, then it becomes an issue of convenience.
Then I would say there is a possibility that both would make the same.
Oh, let's see. Hold on. How much money do movie theaters make per ticket? I don't think they make shit.
40%.
No, they don't.
Movie theaters receive approximately 40% of each ticket sold.
I could have sworn.
And then apparently they also make money off of
I must have gotten that wrong.
advertising revenue.
That I did know. That they do. They do make money off the ads that run beforehand. I thought they didn't make shit off a ticket.
I shouldn't say they would make the same, but the
I was very wrong. I apologize to everybody.
That wasn't showing the Batman movie wouldn't make as less as if they were close to each other. That's
well,
what
10 minutes is pretty close.
No, I'm saying if they were 3 hours apart.
Oh. Yeah.
Or another, yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Because who knows what movies might be shown in the other.
So, okay. So it looks like to make some clarification, what it looks like is, and I still have to do some more research on this. It's not so much that they don't actually make physical cash, but the 40% is not enough to cover their expenses, which is why they charge so much for everything else. So it seems like the 40% is just enough to do what needs to be done. So I apologize. I misread that information from a long time ago. So I apologize. I'm glad that
you're okay.
that we
you
got
did
it clarified.
say it was forever ago. So.
But Dom, at the same time, you are right. The movie theaters still get fucked. I mean, let's not just sit here and say you're completely wrong. They still get fucked.
It's completing the circuit. Yes, and you know what they do, and that's why there's $20 for damn popcorn.
Yeah.
Well, something just popped up on my YouTube that is the story. I found another one.
Oh boy. Wait, Erin, was there another story though?
Just one more.
Oh, what's okay? Well, wait, okay. All right, you pull it up. I'm gonna go ahead and re-up on the wine. Chardonnay edition.
Okay, well, I'm going to wait because this story is really for you. So.
Okay, well, if I'm in Erin's camera,
all right. Well,
oh, the wine's behind
hi,
my
people.
shot. So.
Welcome to the
shot.
Joe and Erin show,
right,
late night. We're gonna talk about.
And then we're gonna re-up.
We're gonna talk
there.
about lotioning our
see how fancy
skin.
that is? Look at that shit.
And
look at that shit.
Yeah, we're gonna lotion.
What you have?
Up.
There you go. You get that.
And we're gonna use our hands and rub that lotion into our body.
What the hell are you talking about?
As we are doing that,
What? I thought I saw some in your glass.
we're
but we
gonna
have another
heat up
bottle.
some chicken,
No, that's the second one.
and we're
What's
gonna
on the
make
second
sure
one?
that chicken
Yeah, it
is
is.
Oh, it
very,
is.
very.
That's all we
greasy.
have.
Okay, well here, hold on. I'll give you some.
So we're gonna take the greasy chicken, and we're gonna rub that on our bodies too.
There you go.
Okay, like so. Circle.
And then,
Circle.
from Joey's.
So now, Dom is fucking me with the wine.
No, we're not. It's Chardonnay edition.
So
That's
now
nice.
what we do.
Fucking do it the wine.
So now what we do with that grease is if we have leftovers, we put the rest. We just let it drip down our legs. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the late night talk show.
And we're back.
And we've been back this whole entire
like-
time. as I've been talking.
You are listening to WKFM Chardonnay.
No, this is a fucked up Chardonnay, what I just went and told these people. All right, these people are probably wondering what the fuck they just listened to. I just talked about rubbing lotion on our body. And
I know, you do that every
chicken.
week.
No.
You do that every week.
No.
You are so obsessed with the chicken grease and rubbing it on your body.
Yeah, and letting it drip down. Let it
Why?
slowly
Why
drip.
so much detail?
Why not?
Because it's disgusting.
Yeah, but people like the story. They want to hear
No,
every
they
single
don't.
detail.
One person wants to hear that story.
Who?
Mike.
You're not supposed to say names.
Hey, buddy.
God bless America.
Why would I not say the name? We already said his name today.
Yeah, everybody knows who he is, kind of.
Yeah, but there's another person I want to hear too.
Oh, who's that? Bill Gates?
Jeff.
Bezos?
Just Jeff. My name's Jeff.
I don't know who Jeff is.
I don't know either, but I'm just making up names. Just
So
to make
at
it
some
feel
point in
better.
the future, if you are a Jeff and you are really in to chicken grease, that is who he's talking to. He's talking to you.
That's right.
He's letting you know that in the future, from here today,
Yeah.
he's thinking about you and chicken grease and covering you in chicken grease and letting it drip down
Well,
your
no,
body
no, I
while he
wasn't-
licks it off of your body.
See, I wasn't talking about
And
all
the
that.
crumbs will be all up in his facial hair.
Ooh, there's gonna be stuffing.
Just the crumbs from the
Ooh,
chicken
we could
skin.
Talk about turkey and stuffing.
Okay, so we got the next
stuffing
door.
of
We're not
turkey.
stuffing it.
Just
Nope.
like
Nope.
that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
Just
Nope.
right
Let's
up
go
in
ahead.
there.
Let's
and
go
then
ahead.
using the injector.
Nope.
And just inject that bird.
Nope. We're gonna go ahead and just
Oh,
go to the story.
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Thanksgiving.
No.
Oh, damn. Well, that just got awkward.
Chardonnay.
Fuck this wine.
It's pretty good.
Tastes like something from Walmart.
Is that why you're drinking it?
Yeah.
Because I don't have any other choices. All
Oh
right,
my
Erin?
god, you know what
There's
I learned
beer.
today?
Well, no,
Your
it is.
ABCs?
It is sharp. What did you learn, my dear?
Sorry, Erin. I couldn't resist.
It was a
hasn't
pretty
got-
funny joke.
She hasn't gotten to C yet, so she technically can't say yes.
Oh, she only knows.
A, B.
Completing the ABCs.
A,
A,
B.
B, positive.
Well, that is a blood type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what
so
did you
I
learn?
learned today.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Do you know?
Yes, do we know?
Do you know who made the biggest Walmart purchase ever?
Shaquille O'Neal.
For how much?
Wait, are you for real right now?
Yeah.
It was Shaq.
Yeah.
And it was for,
Did he buy the whole thing?
No.
no, $3 million?
$40,000.
Oh, $40,000. Oh, wow.
$40,000.
Jesus, $40,000. Okay.
Yeah, apparently, Dom, I was listening to a story today for some reason. It was really interesting. But apparently, he had to go somewhere, and somebody had rented him an apartment because he was supposed to stay somewhere, but then the apartment was empty when he got there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like 2 a.m. or something like that. And so he went to Walmart and he bought like 4 TVs and just like all the furnishing he needed for his apartment that he was staying in during that time.
He just had 40 grand just to drop.
So,
Although
okay.
I have no idea
Yeah.
how many carts he had. I'm very curious. That was my first thought. Like,
So-
how many carts did he have pulling up to the register?
I wanted to do a quick thing about Shaq because not a lot of people know this. Shaq is one of the most
Big.
humblest people that you'll meet.
Mm-hmm.
So is
his own-
Keanu.
well, yes, but Shaq has his own shoes called Shaq, right?
Yeah.
So so the reason those shoes were brought to Walmart, here's a quick story. When he was playing for the Lakers, there was a woman that came up to him, and she was very angry with him. And she was saying that we can't afford, my son cannot afford your shoes, and we cannot afford your shoes, and this, that, and the other. And I forgot, there was more to it. And Shaq goes, I'm really sorry, that's not up to me, and that's it. And he went home and actually thought about that lady. And he felt horrible. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna create these shoes, and I'm gonna make them affordable for everyone. And that's when he went to Walmart and said, I want these sold for these prices. And that's how you got these shoes that are so cheap, made by Shaq. Now, granted, he made a lot of money from that, but the fact
Yeah,
that
but people were able to get shoes is the point.
right,
Yeah,
and
his
he was-
idea
he
wasn't
deserves to get
yeah.
money. Yes.
So, and then he actually just recently bought someone their engagement ring.
Wow.
He was in a jewelry store and saw a man making payments on this engagement ring.
Yeah.
And he went up to the register and says, that ring's on me.
Dude, you know what I wanted to do? You know what?
My heart.
You know what I wanted to do so bad?
My heart.
When we found the Switch at the store, there was actually a second one. And the guy, the Target guy was like, actually, you know what? Like, yeah, those are only two. And he came up, he's like, yeah, somebody from Michigan called. And he's on his way here to get it because he can't get it anywhere else.
Which is at least like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, minimum. That we don't know where he was from. And all I could think to myself is, I wish I had the money to have just bought it for that guy and then said, just keep it for him. When he gets here, give it to him.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have been able to do that. Chris.
But
dark stuff.
Here's something to think about, Dom, to make you, if you ever want a random time. And I had this happen to me. And I was at a Starbucks line. And when I went up to get my stuff.
Person in front of you paid for it?
Paid for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had that happen to me too several times.
I've never had that happen to me, but I'm assuming that's because of my car and people hate me.
But I'll tell you what. I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be that person that just drives off and wishes to thank that person. I'm going to return the favor. I bought the person behind me theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it made me feel really good.
Yeah.
And I also did it one time.
It's the pay it forward thing.
And then there was another time where I'm like, there was someone that was buying something and they couldn't afford it. And they were about to put it back. And I said, wait. I said, listen, I'll buy that for that person.
Yeah.
I did that for them too.
Yeah.
Something so small
can make a big difference.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in that situation where you see something or one day you're just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to buy someone behind me. Let me pick up. What did they order? Yeah, let me just buy that.
I think I did that once a long time ago, but I can't remember. Because I've heard that story so often, it's all jumbled up in my head as far as...
I was at a restaurant.
I did buy a lady some cigarettes once at a gas station.
Oh, there you go.
She was
Was I there for that?
You might have been there.
Like
she was like really struggling. She was having...
At the Speedway?
Yeah, and it was just... She was a very nice lady.
Like
she just wanted her pack of smokes. You know, she went, she had her change, and she was doing the whole thing, and there was like $15, and it's like, you know what, let me just help this woman out. Let me just make it simple for her, make her day.
And it feels so good.
It does. And one last story, because I don't want people to think I'm just patting myself on the back. It's one of those things where I just feel genuine. It's nice.
Well, your stories are heartwarming me, so hopefully they're heartwarming the audience.
Should save these for the Christmas special.
Oh well,
heartwarming.
So there was this
edition.
There was this old man at a restaurant. And he's eating by himself. And I see that he's a vet. And I talk to the waitress. I'm like, is that a vet? And she goes, yes. I'm like, okay.
Veteran for anyone who...
Veteran, sorry.
For anyone who think... I'm just going to make sure they clarify they don't think animal doctor.
Oh. Yeah, true. I go, veteran. I go, he's eating by himself? And she goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. I said, I want his bill. And so I took his bill, and I bought it. And she goes, well, do you want me to tell him the name? I go, just tell him from me, thank you for your service. And that's all I want you to do. I don't want, he doesn't need to know my name. I said, I'm not here for that. Just tell him thank you for your service. And I walked out. Yeah. Never said anything to the gentleman. I let him eat, and but I'm just like, no. And I tipped the waitress too. Extra for that.
I know you're not looking for it, but good on you, Joe.
I got the episode.
Awesome.
I got the episode name. Chardonnay and kindness.
Aww.
I was going to call it that. Nice and simple.
So every time Dom calls me a dick, just know I am actually a nice guy sometimes.
Joey can go fuck his own ass. Okay.
Oh my god.
So.
Oh, I did that.
So well, hold on. I want to add one quick story to that because it's super cute. So there's this video that's been circulating. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's like this 5-year-old girl. She may be like 7. She's super young, and she's like eating at a restaurant with her dad. And she's like, can I? Because he started the video like a little later than the conversation. And he was like, sure, go ahead. And so you see her grab her plate, walk out of the restaurant, and then she goes to a bench that's right outside the restaurant and hands her entire plate to a homeless man and is like, here. And he looks super grateful. And then she comes back and her dad's like, how did that make you feel? She's like, She's a little awkward about it, but it's super cute.
Yeah.
Like, super genuine, super young.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we need. We need more of that, especially in today's society.
Just even in business, and I think that's kind of
Yeah.
in the tech space. Just the act of making sure a movie theater that hosts your movie can do what it needs to do, making sure that your employees that actually produce the product are treated as fairly as the front-running salespeople.
Yeah.
Just making sure, what it's like. You're making $6 million bonuses. Just make it 5 and then give the other million. You don't need the 6. If you're in such financial straits, like to the point where like you need the 6 million you have a whole nother set of things going on. You probably shouldn't be CEO in the first place. But for the one of you out there that is unique enough to have that circumstance, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the rest of you guys who, I get it, you worked hard, but 5 million versus 6 million in the grand scheme of things, it's like, you know what? The blood, sweat, and tears that goes in is what you are CEOing.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who create it. If you're a CEO who can code it, who can draw it, who can animate it, who can do all the sounds, then more power to you, man. Then you're the most incredible human being I would ever see. If you could CEO and do all that shit at the same time for something of that scale, it's impossible. Your team matters, and don't think of them as expendable. Mm-hmm. You know what? There are shitty workers out there. There's great workers, and there's people in between. There's people who can grow, and there's people who get weaker. There's a variety of stuff, but be good to your people, man.
Treat the janitor like you would treat the CEO.
If I was CEO of a big old company, I would wash the toilets.
No, but
just to fuck with people.
There's a saying there.
And to get it.
I mean, there's a big saying.
What the hell does that mean? Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Treat the janitor like you would treat the CEO.
It's a joke.
And that's how when I was working at the company, dude. You know how many times I ran into the janitor? I ran into the janitor so many times.
Oh yeah.
And I literally treated those people, and it wasn't just me, just because of that saying. It's just because it's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I would call them sir. I would make sure that be respectful, because you see some of these people that walk around like they got the biggest cock in the room, which damn well they have the smallest one, treating the janitor or someone smaller than them like shit. Yeah. And it's not fair.
No, it's not.
It's not fair.
A human's a human before they're anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
take them at face value, and then if they act like a dick, then treat them like a dick. If they act like a weirdo, then treat them like a weirdo. If they act like Joey, just walk away. And then, it's just what's fair and it's what's right, and that is the way that I think. Yeah, in general, every time I would see, be it the CEO or the janitor, exact same response from me. As far as I'm concerned, you're a fucking person before you're anything else.
Right.
And that's just the way it's got to be.
Titles don't mean shit to me.
Yeah, they don't. What matters is the individual as a human being.
Yeah.
Now, yes, mind you, there are some CEOs who are very well accomplished. I mean, look at Steve Jobs. He was a complete asshole, but that's not the point. He may be a brilliant person, but then treat him as a brilliant dickhole. That sounds weird. That sounds a lot weirder.
How do you treat a brilliant dickhole?
Well, it does make sense with the whole, like, the smarter you are, the worse you are with, like, people.
Oh yeah, like Dom is. Oh. Sorry.
I don't know what to make of that.
Oh, Erin.
Wow.
Erin, we can hear you.
You do realize the camera, the multicamming doesn't restrict itself to the individual that is speaking. It does.
Well, I thought that was quiet enough
Well,
that
you
the
know
mic
what?
wouldn't pick it up.
No, it's a shotgun mic. It's designed to pick up sound that goes
Well, it's also a
towards it.
compliment because it's saying that you're incredibly brilliant.
Oh yeah, but I'm
which
just
you
socially
are.
an asshole. That's fine. You know what? It's Chardonnay edition. It's Chardonnay edition, so we're gonna keep it chill. So this is what we're gonna do.
Truth.
We're gonna roll it. Don't you hashtag me.
Yes. Hashtag
We don't fucking do We don't fucking do hashtags here,
I love
okay?
Yes, we do. We do it on Twitter.
That's Twitter.
And Instagram.
That's
and
Instagram.
And TikTok.
This isn't completing the
And
hashtag.
YouTube.
And we hashtag all over the place.
First of all, I don't do the TikTok. Erin is the TikTok manager. She does all the if she does hashtagging, I don't fucking know about it.
TikTok.
TikTok on the clock. No, nobody. Gosh.
All right.
Okay.
So our story here. Sorry for going off that tangent, guys.
Yeah. So actually, I've been really excited to share this one with you, Dom. You may have seen it. I don't know. I kind of hope you haven't. But you've been playing a lot of GTA 5 on your live streams recently. Mm-hmm. So you guys should go check it out because it's actually a lot of fun. And he's been doing meet and greets.
It's a meet and greet.
So
You should be on there, Joey. Meet people.
He was on there.
For a minute.
Yeah, I can only deal with an asshole so long.
Then mute it. And then just talk to
Yeah,
people.
but I have to see you.
No, you don't, because I was on there the entire time the other night, paying attention, like reading the stuff, but I was also watching Doctor Who at the same time.
Your own girlfriend won't even look at you.
Because that's because she's been in the live stream so much.
I've been in every single live stream.
I've been in there.
Every single live stream.
For the entire time.
I enjoy Dom's live streams. I love being in the live streams, but that night I was just like, I really want some like me time, and I really want to spend that me time by watching David Tennant run around, and I find him attractive.
Yeah, you like to watch him run around.
I like David Tennant.
Yeah.
He's not the most attractive man. I like people who are a little bit more brown than David Tennant, but he is very fun to watch.
Gotcha.
That was very difficult to do. That was a lot of vape that came out of my nose. And
Your nose is red, but I did not see all the vape.
It burned a little bit. I gave Joey a death stare, and now my eyes are tearing.
She likes to watch David Tennant run around.
David Tennant.
Tennant run around.
He's a funny guy. Actually,
he's
he only makes 3 faces though, which is incredibly.
Do you like to watch Dom run around too?
He wasn't wrong.
He has 3 faces. It's really weird.
He does have 3 faces. Like, I've been watching. I think I'm on David Tennant's 3rd season.
Oh,
I think he's only in like 3-4 seasons, something like that.
He has like 3 major faces.
And,
he has like, you know, he makes dip, but he has like 3 major like.
Wait a minute, you actually like this guy?
T-E-N-N-E-T? Tennant?
Oh, okay, thank God.
Let me see.
He's British.
Because I found this guy, David.
Wait,
no, that's him.
Turn it to where we can see.
Yeah, that's him. That's an older version. That's a bad picture. That's a bad picture
What
of
the?
him. You could share it.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
No, I can't share it.
You need a new iPad.
He's getting a new iPad.
This
Joey
is
is.
what you like? You like to watch him run around?
I do
If
enjoy
he doesn't
watching
look
David
like that.
Tennant.
Okay, remember-
I'm not saying that I am sexually aroused by David Tennant.
Whoa.
I'm saying I love watching
When
David
the hell
Tennant.
does this
Chardonnay, kindness, and
this-
Erin getting turned on
this
by
is-
David Tennant.
What
But
is-
I'm not turned on by David Tennant. That's what I literally
David
just said.
Tennant.
He's
think
too
I've-
white.
I don't think I've ever. Whoa.
Whoa, racist.
Get woke. Okay.
Yeah.
Chardonnay, kindness, and woke.
And racism.
And not woke, apparently.
All I know is, when did this turn into Howard Stern?
No, there's no strippers or prostitutes here.
Hold on. Let me-
Or is there?
Hello.
Yeah, right?
Dancing poles? Yes, I need 2 women here pronto.
Yeah. We have Sibians and
Oh
and
my
Hennessy.
God. Okay.
And
Okay.
Chardonnay!
Chardonnay, yeah, we got Chardonnay. They can't have any.
Oh, yeah, we're out.
Okay, so
Okay, I'm super excited.
yes, let's see this.
So, Intel Studios, Intel Labs. So, Intel Labs has created. I don't know if they created. I really don't know what you would call it.
Hold on, it looks like code. What the fuck is that? It says.
Yeah. So, Intel Labs has made a photorealistic GTA 5.
Like photo?
Like
Like-
realistic.
Okay, let's take a look.
And I'm really curious to see what your thoughts are. Some of them aren't as fun, in my
Oh,
perspective.
the one on the
but-
right.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
The one on the right is the realistic one. The one on the... So,
I can't say it's photo, but it's super close.
this is GTA 5.
Yeah.
This is their render.
That's pretty good.
There are a bunch of images here. I'll show you.
That's pretty
all of
good.
them.
It's close. Like you could still see it. If you showed me some of these pictures, that one I can tell. That does not look photorealistic to me.
It does look like a picture to me. The only thing I don't like about their photorealism is that a lot of the things end up looking a little blurrier. And in real life, like, not everything would be that blurry.
The GTA one looked better.
That one looks pretty good. Well, see what they did is they
And the lighting, too.
they basically, yeah. See, look at that car there on the right. Not the one. Yeah, the one on the right. Look at the way that the lighting is hitting, and because it looks like there's errors, right? What they're effectively doing, what it looks like they're doing is they're affecting the way the lighting is working to make things look a lot less accurate. Like errors and flaws are what make things look very realistic. When something's perfect, like perfect, like a circle, like if I just had like a perfect circle just floating in space in front of you without any kind of shading or errors or flaws, like it was, even if it was like perfectly smooth, it's going to look off.
Watch this one. This is my favorite. Like, it's blurry,
Yeah.
but this lighting from where the sun is
That's
looks a lot more realistic than...
Oh yeah, it's way more realistic looking than the game.
The color profile isn't fun
No, it's
to
not.
play in.
It's not. It's like green and
Hold on. Down here is a lot better. Okay, the photorealistic is this one. This is GTA.
yeah. Go back.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's losing me a little bit. I have seen very realistic.
It's hard for me to tell because I can't see colors.
Well, he's embracing it now. That is.
I mean, look at that concrete.
Yeah, no,
This
but,
is more realistic concrete.
right,
than
but
this
it
is.
starts to break down as soon as I look at the car on the left. That does not look photorealistic to me.
To me, a lot of times GTA looks better. I don't know why, but a lot of it looks
Yeah.
better than to me in GTA than real. Real thing.
It's. I see. Like, at a cursory glance, if you show this to me in passing, I would probably be convinced this is real.
So this was made via AI,
Yeah.
by the way.
I assumed, because that's just the kind of shit
Have you seen the
they
realistic mods, though, that people
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, those 8K, ultra
Yeah.
resolution, realistic mods, yeah, with individual raindrops and shit. Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible. Now, I would love to see, honestly, like, and I remember Sam, we've talked about this before, and he was talking about, like, how good the graphics need to get. I've been playing this game that came out for the PS4. They had one for Vita as well. It's called Persona. You play as a bunch of high school anime kids and you're running around solving mysteries and shit like that. And there's murder and like sexual. Right now I'm going through a sex dungeon because the high school coach is a deviant. There's
Okay.
dark elements to it. It's a good game. And when I look at that game, they have this really unique art style and everything is meant to be cartoony. But like it's so refined and so polished. I really enjoy it. And while I love games like, Cyberpunk, with the way it is, like I think there needs to be a point where it's almost like, okay, once the graphics become literally to the point of being indistinguishable from photorealistic, like literally no human being on the face of the earth could tell you the difference between a real picture and the CG picture to any statistical significance of accuracy. But I feel like that's going to take away a lot of...
I would enjoy it.
You would enjoy a game where you are literally, like, the footage as you're shooting someone looks like what would look like if someone was, like, capturing troops shooting.
No.
You would... that's too much for me, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be able to enjoy that. You want that level of realism. Not incredible, perfect, flawless graphics, but still with that little bit to let you know that it's a video game. You want...
That's what I would enjoy.
Indistinguishable.
You would enjoy feeling like you're actually shooting another human being.
It's not... I know that sounds like a monster, and it's
Little bit.
not meaning to be like a monster, but what I mean by that is... if I want to play, if we're gonna make things realistic, if you're gonna make war games realistic, then might as well go balls out.
Yeah,
Well,
but
not everything has to be realistic.
Call of Duty.
I'm not talking about just Call of Duty.
The only game that Battlefield goes realistic.
Yes, and I'm saying is if you're gonna make things like that, then go balls out.
So GTA 5, and maybe this doesn't apply for you, but I know that when GTA 5 came out with their first person mode,
Yeah,
people
I know
were...
you had a hard time with that. It didn't bother me.
Oh man, I did, because it literally takes that layer away, and because their first person is so good, it is so good when you fly out of the windshield.
Yeah.
The camera stays in that motherfucker's head. You're getting whipped around. You're seeing everything. The weight, the momentum, everything that, like, I really get connected with the first person view.
Yeah.
And so when I'm like, I press the trigger and it's just, it feels very...
I'll tell you one video game that bothered me. This is the only time I got affected.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Yes. That was the worst I've ever felt. No. It was actually one of the Call of Duties, and I think you might know this one, where you're a bad guy and you go into...
No Russian?
You're the Russian and you go into...
No Russian, yeah. You go to the airport and... Yeah.
That's the only one that made me feel...
That's one of the censored scenes, actually. You can choose. It says a warning when you first run Modern Warfare 2. It says there's explicit stuff. And, yeah, do you want to censor that stuff?
Right.
Well, I'm seeing a bouncing legged Erin, which means she is.
TMI.
Well, no, that just means you're being impatient. You're just waiting because you have birthday presents coming. It's not her birthday, but I like to spoil her. So, we will. You know what? I'm gonna find better footage of this Resident Evil 8.
Don't spoil her. She spoils you.
Although she did give me that guitar that's hanging on the wall behind you, and it is one of my most prized possessions now. I love that thing. I named it Joey's Toes. Okay, so anyway, guys, we'll go ahead and save the Resident Evil 8, whatever the fuck face that is.
Don't call me your fuck face.
Look for the Dimitrescu mod if you're interested. It is basically a sexy mod. They took the woman from Resident Evil 8 and it made her super more sexy. But
she's my ex-girlfriend.
We'll talk about that. You wish. We'll talk about that
for a fact.
next week. And hopefully,
why are you grabbing the mic?
The Manny should be back. I'm constantly grabbing the mic. I'm always doing this. See how I'm grabbing the mic?
I hope it breaks.
It probably will because these are shitty mic stands. So be sure to subscribe because we definitely need new mic stands. So we're going to need sponsors. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please leave a rating and review if you're on Spotify. And to all of our new subscribers out there, thank you so much for tuning into the show. We have a big surprise for you this summer. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
We will be announcing it at some point in the near future. It's going to be good. You guys are going to like it. Well, anyway, guys, we will see you next week. And apologies for last week's episode, which will be coming out along with this one. The audio issues are bad, but hopefully you will find some enjoyment out of it. So,
the present is Dom's in the thong.
Shut the hell up. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, talk to you soon.
Take care, guys.
Later.
Take care, guys.
Talk to you soon.
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 Take care, guys.
Talk to you soon. 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 Talk to you soon.